Welcome back to From the Petty Corner. I'm Petty Diana, and today I have number 7 ranked UFC Featherweight Youssef, the Moroccan Devil Zalal. Welcome back to the Petty Corner, Youssef.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Of course. Congrats on the big win. You've been calling for Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy for a couple of months now, and it finally happened that you got Josh Emmett. So, and I mean this with all due respect to Josh because he is a legend in this sport, but did you think that it was going to be like that fast and that easy?
I mean, obviously, you look at it, you're like, okay, you're hoping a fight to go that easy, right? Or that like nobody got hit or anything. But I knew I had a better advantage in the ground than him for sure, 100%. And I going into that fight, like I told all my coaches and everybody, I was like, I take this kid down, I finish him, and that was my whole mentality going to this whole camp, and I really did focus on that. I did a lot of wrestling, nonstop wrestling, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, obviously, if to paint a perfect picture, that's what happened. But I imagined it happening, yes, but not like that, 100%.
No, that was like such a smooth transition. Like the takedown was so smooth. You did have me worried for a second when he started getting up, and I was like, oh, he's too high. But then you just pulled
Yeah,
off
me
your own
too.
guard.
Trust me. That's all I was thinking about too. Trust me. I was like, oh God, I'm too high. I'm too high. I gotta do something. I gotta do something. So that's why I started attacking the arm right away.
No, yeah, I was worried. And then for a second there, I was like, what happened? And then they're like, oh, it was a verbal tap. But afterwards, you went over and you talked to Dana and Hunter. I think the commentary said you were apologizing. I don't know what exactly did you say, but what did you say to them?
Yeah, I need to stop doing this. I think I'm just being me. I'm like, I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything. So I just like, hey, like, sorry about the third round against Cater, blah, blah, blah. I said, I will be a star and I will be a world champion. And thank you for giving me the opportunity. That was pretty much all what I said. So, but yeah, I don't know why I kept apologizing like nonstop. Well, I need to stop doing that. It's like, it's the fight game. A win is a win. And importantly, you go home with healthy, and then you get to see your family and stuff like that. So that's most important. So, but yeah, it's a learning experience for me. Like I said, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was not well, yeah, a year and a half ago, I was not even in the UFC. So for me, this is all new to me. So this is awesome.
Yeah. Hey, and I kind of get where you're coming from too, though, because like in the fans' eyes, you're only as good as your last fight, but you're like 2 fights away now, and you had like an extremely impressive finish there, and I think you're on a 10 fight win streak now, like after you left the UFC, and 5 fight in the UFC with 4 finishes, so that's pretty dope.
I know that's kind of like the thing. I was like I kind of go hard on myself, but I don't realize all the work that I've actually done and I'm still doing. You know what I mean? I was like, well, people, this and that, but obviously they only remember you as your last fight. But it's like I'm out here finishing fights. It's not like I'm out here not finishing fights. You know what I mean? So 90% of finishing rate in the last 5 fights. It's not a bad percentage. So yeah, it's definitely like that's when I sit back and I'm like, all right, man, like you're doing pretty good. Like stop like going hard on yourself in a way.
Yeah. Okay, I just have to ask you too because you were booed in the Apex and then you were booed in an arena. Which one's worse?
I think the Apex was worse, to be honest. Like it really, the Apex was worse because I kind of like got a lot of fans in the end when was walking out. But the Apex was like because the Apex was all caters, like literally it was all caters, moms, family, everything. You know what I mean? So for me, I had like 4 people in the whole thing. So that's the only tickets they gave me. So, but I really didn't care. I came in that day. I was like I knew I was gonna really set myself and I was gonna change my life and I think I'd done that.
Yeah, I think so too. Speaking of family, okay, so you went, I believe it was 10 years without seeing your mom. You got to see her this year, a couple months ago, and then this was the first time that she ever got to see you fight. Tell me about the experience of having her there. Like, were you more nervous? And then like celebrating with her after?
Nah, so the crazy part is like my mom she just came to the US like 3 months ago since 2009. She hasn't been in the US and she come in, she was like, okay, I'm coming to Vegas, but I'm not going to the venue. I was like, why? I was like, well, because I only had 4 tickets, and I was like, okay, well, the UFC gave me tickets, and I was like, cool, let's like, I have extra now if you want to come. She said, okay, because I thought my brother was coming. She said, okay, cool. if my brother's coming, then I'm staying. But my brother said, oh, he's not coming, even though he did end up coming. She said, okay, I'll do it. I'm gonna go over it and I'll do it. And I said, you sure you don't have to do this? And she's like, yeah. So she pushed for it, and then she showed up. And to be honest, I was not really nervous. Like her being there, I was not really nervous. I knew that week was gonna be a great week. Like I had that feeling the whole week, you know. And I was like, that. Like I was more like nervous after the fight. I was like, oh, I get to celebrate with my mom for the first time. And when I saw her in the crowd, she like blew my eardrum off, and I had one of the craziest moments I think I would remember for the rest of my life. So I was like, I told people in the interview, I was like, I was very happy to have that before I go away in this life.
Yeah. Oh, was this like the most meaningful fight that you've ever had since it was her first time ever watching you?
100%. It's definitely the most meaningful because my whole family was there. And then to have my whole family and my brother watching me and all that stuff. And obviously my brother passed away and all that stuff. So it was definitely, and this is like the biggest fight I ever had so far. A second fight in the pay-per-view and like a main card, the crowd and all that. So yeah, that was definitely like I said, that memory would, it's not gonna go away. I'll tell you that. It's deep, deep in my heart.
Oh, I love that for you. Is she moving to the US or does she plan on going back to Morocco?
So she's in the U.S. right now. So obviously she's gonna keep going back and forth. But right now, I think she's still in the U.S. for a good time.
Aw, I was so happy for you when I saw that she was coming.
Yeah,
Um,
I was. That was what a moment that was.
yeah, what did you guys do to celebrate after?
We went to Barry's Steakhouse. Those guys are awesome. They're like, I love those guys. They hooked it up for me, and then they've been supporting me. So I took my whole family, my whole team, my everybody there. It's like I had like I think it was like 30 people plus. So it was pretty cool. So we had great food, great vibes, and yeah. So it was a celebration. I showed my mom how the fight businesses ran and what we do after.
Does she want to come to all your fights now?
Oh God, this is like the second time I got asked. I was like, I don't know. I didn't even ask her yet. I didn't even talk to her yet. So I'm assuming yes. I don't know. And I was like, Mom, I hope you know. Like, I'm gonna tell her. I was like, fights don't usually go like this. Usually you get hit, you get cracked. So I hope you know this. Like, you got to prepare for this. So we'll see. We'll see. I think she will, but we'll see. We never know.
Yeah, and I don't even think you took any damage, did you? You
No,
didn't get
no,
hit.
no, no, no single time. Thank God.
Yeah,
I didn't take no damage on that one.
that's a great first fight for her to go to.
That's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of people said. He's like, well, okay, she's not coming to any more fights now, huh? I was like, well, let's just keep it that way. Let's keep the momentum going.
Okay, and then you did call out Lerone after your fight, which you've been calling out Lerone since before you even got booked for the Josh Emmett fight. You called them both out at the same time. He actually just tweeted today because the post went out that Dana was going to go live and announce fights or whatever, and someone was speculating that was going to be Lerone and Volkanovski, and he tweeted that he's not fighting again this year. So I mean, that's a stacked card, December 6th. If they were to give you a fight, do you have a different name that you would choose from?
I would probably say Yair. That would be the guy I would call. But you just never know with this division, with this what's going on and stuff like that. So obviously I have to be ready. And I also got Ramadan going on in February, so I would have to fight either December or probably now January. It looks like, but so yeah, I'd have to fight around that time and then kind of get it going from there.
I love it. Hey, UFC says they plan on coming to Utah. They signed a deal to come to Utah for a pay-per-view. I don't know when they're coming, but it's in 2026. I was hoping it's the beginning of the year. That'd be cool. It's at elevation, but like where you're at, it's higher. So maybe they'll get you on that one.
That'd be awesome. I would love to. Like obviously Utah, I feel like we have the advantage because of the high altitude. So and anytime somebody fights in Denver or Utah, you can tell the difference. And there's definitely a lot more gassed out people than the regular fight cards.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. So I had to ask you this too, because you said like last time I talked to you, I think you said you wanted to fight 3 times this year. You fought twice this year so far, hoping for December 6th. Hoping we get you on that card, that nice stacked card. Your cornerman is usually one of them is David Onama. You're going to be cornering him November 1st. And another goal you had was a headline this year. I don't think that's going to happen, but he is
I
headlining.
know. That's what I'm saying. I was like, I told him, I was like, man, you like got the opposite thing. So I got the opposite thing. You got the what I wanted and all that. So, but I'm just happy for him, man. It's to just to experience that. I feel like I've done it in a way, to be honest. So I'm excited to see that.
And you'll be cornering him for that fight?
Of course, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'm excited for him, and it's a big fight. It's a huge fight, and it's two big names. I think, to be honest, I think those guys bring exciting fights, and I think we're gonna see a very exciting fight.
Yeah, I do too. And I feel like Steve called you out in his last fight.
He called me and Unama out, and I literally told Unama, I was like, "Look, bro, I think you either gonna get him or me. It's either or. I guarantee you." And sure enough, like 2 months later or a month later, he got him, and I got Josh Emmett.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I've still been dying to talk to Onama because I don't know if it was the last fight or the one before. It was in New York, and he said he couldn't wait to go to the Zach Bryan concert. But you guys finally got to go to it in Denver, so I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah, I definitely I had a good time. I had to get used to it, you know. I was like, with all the country music and stuff like that, but definitely like that's not my completely vibe. But that was pretty cool, like kind of seeing that. But it was what a show that was. Oof, boy,
Yeah, well, being in good company too, so that helps.
yeah. Like I had my coaches, his family, Cody Brundage, and all those guys. So it was definitely a good vibe for sure.
Was that your first time ever going to Red Rocks? I'm dying to go to a Red Rock concert.
No, second time. It was second time.
Second,
The
I
first
need.
time ever I've been there was actually Revolution, the reggae music. That was the first time ever being there, so that was pretty hilarious to me. And then I was like, oh my god! But yeah, that it's pretty cool. Red Rocks is pretty cool.
Do you ever like hike those stairs, like
Yeah,
just for
I've done them.
cardio?
I've done them before. Yeah, I've done them before.
What about those?
That's fun.
Okay, so I was just in Denver. I hit you up like a little bit ago, a couple, I don't know, maybe like 2 months ago or something. But those, the Mano, is it Manaway? Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called. But those stairs that go up high, they like go like
Oh,
4,000.
the incline.
Yeah, did you ever do that?
Yeah, that thing is brutal.
Yeah. So when I went to Colorado, I wanted to do it, but it was like closed because there was a festival. So I'll have to come back and do that one day.
Was it?
Yeah, that weekend I was there, it was.
Weird. But yeah, those things, boy. Yeah, you better be ready, girl,
I
because
know.
yeah,
I
you
can do
better
it.
be ready.
Okay, but you and Onama are in the same weight class. You guys are training partners. You guys corner each other. Have you guys ever talked like if you guys ever had a fight for a
No,
title?
we're not doing it. No,
Not even for a title?
no. I would fight for the title, get the title, and vacate and go to 55 or something.
Oh, maybe a rematch with Ilya. Oh, speaking of Ilya, you and Josh Emmett before your fight were the only two people to ever go the distance with him. So that's crazy, like a whole crazy story. So if you go to 55, there's another fight for you.
I'm telling you, mark my words. The book it writes itself, and I think it's going in a good way. So I can't wait to see how everything goes and that. But there's a lot of talks. I can be like all these other guys. They'll be like, oh my God, he fought Josh Emmett. He didn't finish him. I finished him. Lerone fought Josh Emmett. He didn't finish him. I finished him. So I can go on and on and on. But I'm not. I'm like, nah. I was like, focus on the next. And then when that time comes and Ilya's still fighting, that's definitely a fight I would want to make for sure.
Yes. Hey, and then if you do move up to 55, there's the BMF belt up there. There's so many other storylines that can be
Those are
created.
some scary guys, though, boy. 55 is scary guys. Yeah.
But you train with Justin.
Yeah, I mean, still, they're strong.
Yeah.
That's different. We're talking about different.
But Max did move up. He was in your weight class
Exactly.
before.
He's also a big 45er. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
I'm not big 45er. So yeah,
But you're quick, so.
I get away with that. That's what I get away with.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean you're climbing up the ranks, you're starting to build like that stardom. People are starting to recognize who you are. I feel like the next thing for you would be like trading cards and in the UFC game. I did look on Monday on the Topps website to see if they would have your card there, but they sadly didn't. But yeah, that'll be a cool thing to see for you coming up soon.
I know. I'm going into Vegas tomorrow, and and hopefully I get to talk to some of the UFC guys. I know they were talking about a trading card after this fight and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely, especially right now, I feel like the value is such a high value right now that yeah, I definitely will see that in future, and definitely the game, yeah, for sure.
Do you play UFC 5 or no?
I haven't played, but they gave me the CD at the fight week, so I'm definitely gonna try to play it.
Yeah. I wonder though, like when you finally do get in the game, would you play as yourself or would you play like another fighter fighting yourself to see if you can beat
Probably
yourself?
another fighter. I don't know. It's weird fighting myself. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
All right, Yusuf. Well, actually, I do have another question for you. We finally got to meet in person. It was crazy because you were getting out of the elevator, I was getting in. It was crazy. We finally got to meet in person and everything. But that was your first or second power slap that you second power slap, I believe.
Second. Yeah, that was
Second.
second. Yeah, that was second. That was
So, do you
crazy.
consider yourself a fan now?
Oh God. I don't. It just
You're like,
man.
I'm not grouping myself in with those people.
Oh well, I don't know, man. I seen some crazy knockouts that day. So I don't know. That's like you just get definitely gonna get a surprise face every time. So
Yeah.
that's like if you want that, that's gonna be exciting. So, but that was me the whole time. I was just like,
Yeah. Well,
but
I will say the New Orleans card, the New Orleans, what, however you say it. People make fun of me with the way I pronounce things, but
New
that
Orleans.
was the card that had like I think the most knockouts ever, like on a card. So,
Well, I for sure saw that because I was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, that was crazy.
but okay. So, how was your Vegas experience compared to the New Orleans one? Because they were,
I
I
think
feel
New
like they were
Orleans was
night and day.
better. I think it was New Orleans was better. I think I'd rather watch that than the Vegas one.
Yeah, they're starting to travel. I think the South was like the best place they can go. But yeah, it sounds like you had a good time though.
It was a good time. It was definitely a good time. Like we had a bunch of fighters were there too, so it was definitely a good time.
But you're not a fan yet. You
No,
don't.
I'm a fan. I go watch. Yeah, I go watch, but like especially when they invite me, I'll definitely go watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to ask you, just because, yeah. But I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait for your next fight and to see who they pair you up with next.
Thank you so much. Me too. I can't wait.
Thanks, Yusuf.
Thank you.